Usually you're not supposed to take pictures on premises.
What would happen if I say, no, I'm not going to? Yeah, you can receive a citation. Receive a citation for trespass. What you're supposed to do when you investigate something is listen to both sides. You're supposed to listen to both sides. You can't just listen to one side and have an argument. Here's the thing.
How's it going, guys? Watching the Watchman here, out with Amagansett Press, here in Orem, Utah, and today we're at the Orem VA Clinic. And as usual, we're going to take some video here on public property and on the public sidewalk and see if the folks here respect our First Amendment right to do so. So we'll see how it goes. It's pretty warm in Utah right now, but not too bad, 90 degrees. I think it's going to get up to 100 or so today. Part of the reason we decided to come here and do an audit when we saw the VA clinic is because all I've ever heard about the VA from vets is that they don't treat them right. So if any of you guys have experience with the VA, let me know if they treat the vets right or how that goes. So yesterday was pretty clear, but as you might be able to tell today, skies kind of got that typical Salt Lake City area smog look today. You know, just a touch of the haze. So here's the sign at the driveway here.
See what kind of signage we have on the doors?
Yeah, sure.
So they're still requiring masks. For your safety, no guns, knives, or other weapons allowed. Obviously inside the building. And signs that say this is a federal facility and masks are still required. Thank you in advance for complying with this requirement. And you can see in the reflection there, as some of you who follow our channels know, I do sometimes on these audits, depending on where we are, exercise my Second Amendment as well, which I am doing today. I'd just like to make you guys aware of that. Look at that, they have all the seats blocked off. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. No sitting signs. Never seen a no sitting sign before. And I guess I shouldn't complain because we've got some comments from some friends in Arizona making fun of our 100-degree temperature here. They've been in the 110s. Which reminds me, guys, drink plenty of water, whether or not you're in 100-degree weather. Even in the winter, when you're sitting in the heat all day, drink plenty of water, don't dehydrate, no fun. Eat a banana. Sorry?
Can we help you?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, this is a federal facility and you're not allowed to have firearms on the property.
Not allowed to have firearms on the property?
Correct.
Okay. I'll leave the property and just go and double check that and make sure.
That'd be great.
Okay, and what is your name?
Kathy, I'm
Kathy.
the manager.
You're the manager of the
Uh-huh.
property. Okay,
Yeah.
very good, Kathy. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
no alcohol, no firearms, so
I saw the sign saying on the door that firearms not allowed inside the building. Are you sure on the outside of the property
even
as
on
well?
the property.
Okay, well, I appreciate
We
you letting
probably
me...
should get that posted, but
Yeah, I was going to say,
just
because
let you know.
and I did before I came onto the property, I did walk all the way around the property and make sure it wasn't posted anywhere.
Okay,
And then I did see it posted on the door, so I think
yeah.
I think you have a good idea there to probably post it to avoid an issue with somebody one day. Yeah,
Okay.
but I'll go, I'm going to leave the property, I'll go just double check that, and if that's the
Okay.
case, I'll leave it where it
Thank you
needs to
very
be.
much.
No problem, thank you, I
Okay.
appreciate you.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys, well, I guess I'm going to go drop my friend off in the car here, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the sidewalk for the security block, and I'm going to see if we have a truck. Yes, sir. Sorry?
Oh, who are you guys? Are you just taking pictures? of
Is
the
there, yeah, what's,
facility? Oh, we're just kind of curious.
oh, okay.
Is there a reason for it, or just?
Oh, I don't do anything without a reason.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going back to my car to check on a couple of things, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. Are you part of the? Are you with somebody, or?
Am I with somebody?
Yeah.
This handsome gentleman right here.
Okay.
It's,
All right. Well, I'm just curious because just coming taking pictures is not usual.
not usual.
Yeah.
Oh, you really don't get people coming around
Not really.
taking pictures, huh?
We don't. So I was just kind of curious.
Gotcha.
So you guys are just
Well, like I said, I'm going to run back to my truck real quick, and I'll be back in a minute.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And what was your
Yeah.
name, sir?
I'm Tim.
Tim. And
Yeah.
what's your guard number?
Oh, I don't have one with me right now. It's 920 1412.
920-1412. All right. Well, you're definitely earning my respect, Tim, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
we'll
I
be
just I just wanted to see what you guys are up to because we don't have anybody coming around and taking pictures. So I thought, man, there's something going on here. So,
Huh?
are you guys with somebody?
Well,
or-
like I said, I'm going to run back to my truck. I'll be back in a couple minutes, and we can continue the conversation.
Okay.
All right,
Sounds
Tim.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go back and pick up where we left off. They're going to wonder what we're doing walking around the back of the building. Tim's keyed in. Look at him.
Is he?
Yeah. I got to say, he's being very reasonable so far. So
Yeah.
I have a hard time giving people a hard time when they're not giving me one. So that is the case, guys. I mean, federal property is federal property, but it does have to be posted. And I walked around the perimeter of the property looking for signs, as I stated, and there are none, and which the manager there acknowledged. And the only sign is on the front door about going inside of the building. So we like to follow the rules as long as they are properly posted and valid. Not looking to challenge federal firearms laws here today. What's this chain? Oh, you know what that is?
What?
Take a guess. I'll give you a hint. I know because I was in the roofing business for years.
I don't know.
It's a gutter downspout. The water runs down the chain.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of having a metal pipe, because it'll get damaged. It's a nice building.
It is.
Yeah. So is it open to the public, or is it by appointment, or what's the situation inside?
Right now, it's by appointment.
It's by appointment only.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Shame. I'd love to see the
Are you
inside.
guys VA? Are you with the VA?
No.
Okay. People don't usually take pictures. Usually, you're not supposed to take pictures on the premises. So.
Not supposed to take pictures on the premises?
I don't think you are.
I'd be happy to wait around and let you
Okay.
find out.
Yeah.
I'd love to get educated.
All right.
Yeah. But as far as it being unusual, you got to admit there's a lot of unusual things going on in the world today.
Yeah, there is
Right.
a lot of unusual things.
Yeah. But no, I'd love. Is somebody checking on that? I would assume.
I would assume.
Yeah. I'd love to find out.
Okay.
Love to hear what you guys have to say.
All right.
How long have you been at this location, Tim?
I've been here about 6 months probably.
6 months. Oh.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, no, so if they're checking, like I said, I'd be happy to stick around and wait and see what the results are of that. Also, always like to point out that no one has asked us to leave the property.
Yeah.
Not that that would necessarily matter, but I just want to point out that that's the case. My guess is he's going to come out and tell us it's illegal to film on federal property.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And he's probably going to have somebody who's claiming to be the all-knowing one about it come out and tell it to us.
Yeah, make your guesses in the comments, guys.
Yeah, take a guess in the comments now before they come out and tell us what they're going to say. They're going to say it's fine for us to be here taking video, or are they going to say we're not allowed? See, you got to, if you read that sign, it says introduction of weapons, unauthorized drugs, and alcoholic beverages on this property is prohibited, right?
Uh-huh.
But then it says persons entering this property consent to an inspection of all packages, luggage, and containers in their possession when arriving. Refusal on content to search is basis for denial of admittance. Violators are subject to arrest, and medical personnel is basis for discharge. So if you're going to enforce that out here in the parking lot on the property, you need to post that at the perimeter of the property.
Yeah.
How's anybody supposed to know that until they get to this door?
Yeah.
So then the way it would work is any logical thinking person, if you came onto this property with one of the prohibited items, you would not see any signs at the entrances or anywhere else. You would walk onto the property, you would get to the door here and see this sign, and then say, oh, I can't go in, let me go back to my car and leave it in my car. And then somebody would put their prohibited property in their car, in the parking lot, which they're claiming is not legal.
Yeah.
So I think we have some Orem police pulling up back here.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's a little, that's a sticky little place to be. You know, I mean, you can wind up getting yourself in trouble when you're trying to follow the rules and regulations.
So I guess that was the extent of their research. Just call local PD who has no jurisdiction.
Obviously. Unless they have an agreement with them, which could be the case. I'm going to stay here in the shade.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Hi.
Normally I would have walked over to you, but I'm hanging out in the shade. I figured you'd rather talk in the shade anyway.
So, what's going on, gentlemen? The manager here told me you guys are doing some filming, but you guys had some firearms on federal property. So, what's going on?
We're just taking some video.
Okay. May I ask what for? You guys are standing here at the entrance.
Right. Well, I'm standing here at the entrance because we were talking to Tim, the security guard, and he told me that they're looking into whether or not we're allowed to film on federal property.
Okay.
So I told him I'd wait here and get a response from them.
So
that's why we're hanging out at the entrance. Before that, I was doing my thing.
So the concern obviously is making sure that you're not impeding folks going in and out.
Sure.
That you're not intimidating them or anything.
Not at all.
So you've already been speaking with them inside?
Yeah, Tim, the security guard was just standing right here.
How long ago did you speak with him?
2 minutes ago.
Okay.
Probably less than 2 minutes before you got here.
Gotcha. May I ask what you guys are filming about?
Just taking some video.
Okay. Yeah. Anything in particular in regards to this VA clinic? Do you guys have a history here? Some kind of dispute that's going on?
Do I have a dispute that's going on with them?
With
not
the
at
VA?
All. Not at all. No.
Okay. So is this just one of those like First
What I'll
Amendment
tell you is
things?
to cool your jets on that. No nefarious intent, no ill will, not looking to cause anybody any problems.
Gotcha. So just so I understand what's going on, is this just kind of one of those like First Amendment things, like we're just trying to film, you know?
What's a
whatever we
First
can?
Amendment thing?
Some folks like to go around and record different government buildings, kind of testing boundaries. I'm just curious if that's what you guys are trying to do.
Well, it is legal to film public buildings, right?
From the outside, yes.
Yeah. Well, even on the inside, if they weren't having the COVID restrictions.
Correct.
Right.
Depending on their policy and whatnot.
Well, policy's policy. I follow the law, I don't follow policy.
Right, okay.
Policy is for employees and people that have signed that contract.
Right.
Law applies to citizens who are outside of that.
Yeah, like I said, I want to make sure there's nothing weird going on with you guys. Are you guys from here in Orem?
That's irrelevant.
Anything in particular that brought you here to this VA clinic in particular?
You know what, I mean, asking questions is, I choose to answer some questions and I choose not to answer some other questions.
It's within your right.
Yeah.
So, obviously you know why I'm here. You had a firearm on federal property, so that's gonna definitely raise a couple of flags. So, they already told me that you had put it back into your car, so you don't have any firearms on you currently, correct?
Only what you say.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Once my other officer gets here, we're gonna go in and talk with them.
Okay.
Kind of see what's going on.
Sure.
May I ask what your name is?
Depending on what the outcome of this situation is, I'd be happy to.
Just curious what your first
Yeah,
name
I just want to see how you handle the situation, and then I'd be happy to.
You guys aren't detained or anything weird right now. Just curious who I'm talking to.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Joshua?
No, I said gotcha. Like I said, after you're done with your investigation and we see how what your determination is, then I'd be happy to formally introduce myself.
Okay.
No worries. I'm not trying to secret who I am. I'm just not looking to give out unnecessary information.
Okay. I'm still curious who I'm talking to. My name's Officer RUPPE. May I ask your first name?
And what's your badge number?
So we don't have badge numbers in Orem.
Serial number?
You can refer to my radio number as 3J331.
3J331. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can call me Jason.
Jason?
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Ben.
Ben, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You guys veterans?
Another question I really don't want to answer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think your partner just pulled up across the street.
Yeah. A371.
Well, cool. So we'll, I'll wander around. I'll stay here. I'm not going to run away from you. I know I'm not being detained, but I'm very anxious to see what your determination is anyway.
Yeah, I just want to talk with them, see what.
Sure.
You know,
So we'll stick around, and when you're done, I'll get back with you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
So let's see. We have Orem Police, vehicle number 2134.
2134.
Let's see, is there a number on this one? No number on this vehicle.
Not seeing any number here.
Oh, yeah, sir. Good.
It's an unfortunate thin blue line design there.
It's definitely not comfortable.
It's not easy, I'm sure.
Alright guys, so GoPro just overheated. So swapping out to the phone for a minute till it cools off.
Look at the flag from the heat. Wow. I've got another one coming up.
Do it.
This side. Be a supervisor, it's an SUV.
Alright, back to the GoPro. Got it to turn back on. Hopefully it stays on.
So that's vehicle number 2215. It's the third one to join the party.
How you guys doing?
Good, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
Gave up the motorcycle for the day?
Oh, it got a little warm. I had to park it in the shade for a minute.
It's brutal out here.
Yeah, it got quite warm.
Yeah, I bet. I don't know how you guys do it with the vests and the whole thing.
Well, in the black boots on an air-cooled bike.
Drink plenty of water.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right on. Yeah, so your buddies are just inside checking on whatever their situation is.
So you guys just filming a film type of stuff?
Just taking some video, yeah.
Okay.
The security guard wasn't sure whether or not filming on federal property is legal or not.
So the call we got, I think their concern was like they were worried you guys were looking through windows. I don't know what you guys were doing.
No, I actually never looked through a window.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's...
Oh, you know what I did? Actually, I'm lying to you. I looked through the window on the front of the building because they have these like metal bands on the seats to prevent people from sitting down on them. So I just saw that, yeah, and there's little signs on it that say "Do not sit." I've never seen a "Do not sit" before. So
I wonder if it's that like COVID.
I'm sure it
spacing
is.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did do that, but that was
I think that was what that's the worry. And honestly, I've never been in that building, so I don't know if there's HIPAA privacy concerns with the windows or what.
Well, not in a public. Yeah.
What's that?
In a publicly viewable area, there shouldn't be any personal information out, so probably not.
Well, I don't know.
hear you. I'm not interested in
Yeah.
anybody's personal information anyway.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Not my thing.
Yeah. So I know they're still working on this clinic. I mean, I didn't even see any parking.
Yeah, some construction going on.
Not any stripes. So.
Well, let's see what the...
So GoPro overheated again. Back to the phone.
Partner over there. Okay, so they're asking that you leave the property today, okay? You're making some of the patients feel uncomfortable. They're asking that we leave the property.
Yes.
And what would be the basis for that request?
So he said
you don't need
you guys
to.
are making
Anybody that... I'm just asking. No, I understand. So let's just say you... Just so you know, the only person that barks an order at me and I followed is my wife.
Okay, nobody's barking orders.
Right, no.
So this is the thing. If you own a piece of property, you can ask people to leave for no reason.
Unless it's a federal...
Okay, and they're asking you to leave.
But federal property is public property.
Okay, so
And I'm not arguing with you. I'm just having a talk.
But,
well, no, I want to know what the law. I want to be educated.
Okay, so
I want to know what the law
thing.
is.
Okay, it is federal property.
Okay.
I get that.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
But
let's move out of the
Sure.
road. So
I
we
think
start-
that's you beeping there.
It's also serves as a clinic or a hospital. Okay.
1 second. Let me just...
No, I'm going to keep going. So it also serves
You
as
keep
a
going if you
hospital
want, that's
or a
fine.
clinic. Okay.
Well, I think
And
we
it's
should stay
making them
cordial with
steal
each other because there's no
some
reason not to be. But
I'm sorry?
it's up to- I said I think we should stay cordial with each other.
We are.
Okay, good.
Do you feel like we're not?
So this is the thing they're asking.
Well, I mean, you're just being very matter of fact, and I understand that's your position in life.
So this is the thing. They're asking you to leave. Are you going to cooperate with that?
Well, all right. So I'm not saying I am or I'm not. But what would happen if I say no? I'm not going to
Okay,
leave.
you could receive a citation.
Receive a citation for...
I don't think that's necessary though. Do you?
No, I don't think that's necessary at all either.
All right, gentlemen. Do you have any other questions that we can help you with?
My question to you is: are you authorized to trespass somebody off of federal property?
Yes, because they're asking us to enforce their wishes.
And now, are they, it's a serious question.
So,
I'm not
honestly, are you going to cooperate with their request to leave?
So you're not going to have the conversation. So at this point, I'm going to request a supervisor.
Saying right there.
You're here. Okay, so I'm going to continue the conversation with this gentleman. You guys can have a good day. So, you're a sergeant. Can I just ask your name and badge number so I know I'm speaking?
So we don't do badge numbers. Last name's SKOUGARD.
SKOUGARD.
Yeah.
Should you have let's pop that in my pocket. I have nothing on me.
You're good.
Look, I don't want you guys to be nervous. Nothing on me, man.
Here's the thing. Where it's a clinic, even though it's federal property, it's just like our police station, right? Yes, it's public property, but we have the right to control it, set hours. If people are there and it's not for a legitimate purpose for the business, we can actually trust people from our police station parking lot as well. So that's where it's coming in.
You can only trespass somebody from your police parking lot because if something's open to the public, you can't decide just because somebody has a camera that they're not allowed on the property.
So
that can't be the basis
here's
for
the
the
thing.
request.
I'm not having an argument with you.
I'm not trying to argue with you either. I think
the
we're
VA's
being...
property,
Okay.
not the city of Orem's property, right?
Right.
The VA police officers inside.
VA police officer security.
They have police officers.
Okay.
It's actual VA police officers. They're asking us to assist by just facilitating that communication. They're obviously wanting you guys off the property. Now, that sidewalk's owned by the city. There's nothing that says you can't be on that sidewalk filming.
Well, would you be willing to show me a law that says I can't be on this property? I mean,
So
I'm really trying to educate myself. And I know you guys are very short on the conversation.
It's not something I'm willing to take the time to start breaking out the books and go down that road.
Well, I think you should, because if you illegally trespass me from this property, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you, and then you're going to deal with that.
So here's the thing.
You can't unlawfully trespass people from federal property. You can't. You really can't.
It's not unlawful.
It is unlawful.
They control the property. If you don't have a legitimate reason to be here.
I do have a legitimate reason to be here.
As far as
I'm with the media. I'm a photojournalist.
Okay.
And I'm working on a story, so I'm working on my press protection.
If Fox 13 comes down here and the VA says you need to be on the sidewalk, you can't come into the parking lot, Fox 13 goes to the sidewalk.
If they're creating a disturbance, an inconvenience, blocking the entrance,
Which is what they're
anything like
telling
that.
us that you guys have been doing.
Never did.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to a single client here. I haven't seen a client go in and out the door.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to anybody except the manager. The manager never asked me to leave the property.
Here's the thing. I'm not interested in getting into a debate.
Oh, neither
I'm
am I.
not interested in
I just want to be able to
pushing this issue.
Here's the deal. It does sound like you're interested in getting to a debate.
No, what I'm interested in is being allowed to do what I'm allowed to do and being prohibited from doing what I'm prohibited from.
Let me speak real
They
quick.
can't just make up that they want us to leave because I'm filming on the property. That's
It
not-
does sound like you're here to cause a disturbance. It
Not
does
at
sound
all.
like you're here to argue with us. It does sound like you're here to.
No, not at all. You're being passive aggressive with that whole line of thinking, and that doesn't work with me. So I'm just going to continue speaking to
I
the
mean,
sergeant.
it's not passive aggressive.
It is.
He's being direct. It's not passive.
Yeah.
No, it is. Because you
No.
guys are not willing.
Well,
What you're supposed to do when you
we're having a
investigate something is
semantical
listen to
debate.
both
We're
sides.
having-
You're supposed
we're
to
having a
listen to both
semantical
sides. You
debate.
can't
It's
just
okay.
listen to one side and have an argument.
Here's the
about
thing. If someone were to come, walk down the street and sit down here on the bench,
Okay.
and they weren't visiting the VA, and the VA police said, okay, we want them off their
that.
property,
Well, that's loitering.
then they have to leave.
If you're here without a purpose, that's
Okay.
loitering. I'm here with a purpose.
And what is that purpose?
My purpose is to film the building.
To film the building?
And I'm not going to be here all day, but I have a
And-
specific. I'm on an assignment.
Okay.
This is what I do.
So what is the difference
And
between
again,
filming from
you
there
can film the
versus
building
here?
from the sidewalk perfectly well.
because I
it's
can't
just
see
like
I can't see the signs on the door.
it's the same thing. If I'm on a traffic stop and someone decides they want to film the traffic stop, they can do so. But I can mandate that it's from a safe distance. And that's lawful. If it's their property and they don't want you in the parking lot,
That's
they
not
can
the way. I
mandate.
assure you, that's not the way that
Okay.
works. It's
Well,
really not.
And that's fine. You can disagree with that, but that's what I'm telling you. That is the way it works.
Is there any
Just like-
possibility that we could speak with the VA police?
I'm not sure if they're even interested in talking to you.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
so I just had another conversation. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
You're good.
So they don't mind that you're in the parking lot and things like that. They're
Okay.
just very, very concerned about the privacy of the patient.
I have no interest in
Okay, so
anybody's
what they're saying
personal
is
information.
If you cannot just, come up to the window and view their patients, because they do have open doors to
I
clinical
promise
rooms
you
and
that
stuff.
I will go out of my way to avoid anybody that's a patient in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, appreciate it. Have a good
I
one.
have no
Okay.
interest in any of that. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day. Sure. I'm a man of my word. If you want to know what I'm doing, I'd be happy to tell you. Okay. Do you want to come out for a second? So that way when we leave, you guys have no concerns. I'll tell you exactly what we're doing.
Okay, that'd be great.
And you know what? I really appreciate you being, calling the police might not have been the smartest thing to do. I don't know. That's up to you. But, you saw that we're trying to be cordial. You came up and approached us. I appreciate you giving me the information you gave me. I think we discovered a little problem here. So I'm hoping this visit is fruitful because you have a sign here on the door. So the scenario that I'm running through my mind is somebody pulls into the property in the parking lot with prohibited items, right? They walk, whether it's a firearm, a bottle of whiskey, whatever it is. They didn't see any signs on the perimeter of the property, nothing at the entrances. They come up to the front door and see it. So then they go back to their car and leave it in the car here on your property because they think they're following the rules, right? So that's a setup, not intentional, but that could really put somebody in a bad position, put yourselves in a bad position, put the police in a bad position. So clear signage, that clear directional sign, especially when it concerns the law, is critical.
Understood.
And that's the reason we're here today. We're here to check out your signs, make sure that your signs are within code, within law, following the statutes, and not creating any kind of a problem like the one we discovered here today.
Well, the signs have been ordered. We're fairly new here, and so the signs aren't up yet. But I don't disagree with what you say, and the VA is very good about posting that stuff. So thank you, and the signs will get up.
No, thank you. I
as soon as
really
they're
appreciate
ready.
it. Okay.
So, and my filming issue is just I want privacy for my patients. So.
Well, as far as that's concerned, I have zero interest in anybody's personal information. I just want you to know that first off. But beyond that, HIPAA laws, people are not you particularly, but people are very confused about HIPAA laws. Even some security guards I've dealt with in the past. HIPAA laws only require you to maintain somebody's privacy.
Right.
HIPAA laws do not affect anybody coming from the outside. If you leave somebody's personal information on a desk and I see it, you violated HIPAA law, not me.
I understand that.
And even if I film it, I didn't violate the HIPAA law. You violated it by leaving it out in the public viewing area, right? So, we just all have to be accurate because what happens is if you call the police, which is your right to do, and you can do that, but if you call the police, you have to be very, I don't know what you said to them. We always request the 911 call, so we'll find out what was said. But you have to be very accurate. This is my son. Okay, we do this together, and you could wind up putting somebody who has a very good cause and a good reason for doing what they're doing in a very bad situation needlessly. So maybe we should have continued our conversation a little further on the side of the building. Tim was very, very respectful, very cordial, very professional, and I think you have a great security guard here, and I appreciate him very much. And I think the same thing for you as the manager of the property. Do you have any idea when these signs, is there a timeline on their delivery?
I don't, but I can find out.
Okay,
So,
because I'd love to come back when they're done and just be able to report that they're up and everything's rosy. Because like I said, I don't, if you know, I understand federal law, and I don't think you want to have things you shouldn't have on the property here. So, but no, very good. So all's well that ends well, I guess.
Thank you.
But I just didn't want to leave without explaining that all to you, because I don't want you guys to go home wondering what we were doing here, hoping something's not going to happen tomorrow.
right.
No
That
nefarious
is a
intent.
legitimate fear.
It
so
is.
Thank
it
you
is.
for that.
And I, you know, I hope that this, beyond the sign and beyond whatever we've discussed here, also part of our goal is to just open up dialogue and communication.
Okay.
Same with the police. We love to talk to police officers because, you know, I think my son, I've preached it to him his whole life.
Yeah.
Conversation and communication can solve a lot of problems.
Sure.
So that's what we do, and that's what our goal is, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. That's all it's about. And
Appreciate you telling
we do
us.
have a YouTube channel, so that's part of what we do.
Okay.
Okay. So whether or not this video goes up there, I don't know. We go back and we review whatever we film, and if it's not worthy, we don't put it up. If it is, it is. But I think you guys, the two of you particularly, made your facility here look fantastic. You represented it very well and very professionally, and we appreciate that. But just, you know, think about
information.
Yeah, just
What is your YouTube?
I'll give it to you. You want to write it down? It's the name of the town that I'm from in New York, many moons ago, and it's an old Indian name that means place of good water. So I'll spell it for you if you want me to. It's one of those complicated Indian names.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what you do to make it simple? Go to YouTube, right?
Okay.
Type in AMAG. Those are the first four letters of the name. So AMAG, and I'll be the first thing that pops up on the list. We have a couple of people that watch what
Hi.
we do.
Come on in.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
No, well, and
All right, thanks.
I'm sorry if we caused you any alarm or anything
A
like
little,
that.
a
But
little.
you know, I also, it's very important for people to know, because a lot of times when you deal with law enforcement, when you deal with people in these types of situations, people bark things at you that aren't true, just to try to scare you away and get you off the property. And in this
Not
world
quite
that
my
we live
style,
in-
but-
yeah, no, you didn't do that. You were very professional. I really can't tell you.
Okay.
The only thing I might not have done was call the police if it was me, but like I said, I can't fault you for that, because you're just doing what you think is right. But maybe we also sparked a little something in your brain today, which will let you realize, like, maybe something that, you know, things aren't always as they appear. So something could look nice and not be, and something could look nefarious and not be.
Right.
You know. But all right, no sense in going on and on about it, but I appreciate you. And
Appreciate you too.
if you do find out when you look at my YouTube channel, type in AMAG, be the first thing that pops up, and then my full name of my channel at Gmail is my email address. If you feel like emailing me and letting me know the signs are up, we'll come back, we'll report the signs are up, and that'll be it. All right.
All right.
Well, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. We appreciate
Thanks,
you.
you too.
All right, take care. Both on our phones because the GoPros are overheating in this death heat. So let me sign off here before my phone dies. Interesting experience.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try to switch to the GoPro real quick, see if it'll let me. All right, guys. So you saw how that went here at the Orem VA Clinic in Orem, Utah. The police were adamant about how they were going to throw us off the property, and didn't want to hear anything, kept saying we were trying to argue with them. And at the end of the day, they left and we didn't. So real lesson out there for all of you guys, and for the police. If the police are telling you something, they might just be bluffing you. And police, make sure you know what you're talking about before you go barking orders at people. So hopefully everyone here learned a lesson today about taking video in public, and hopefully they get signs up about the firearms thing, because that is creating a dangerous situation for people for sure. And that's about it for this one, guys. So if you have any feedback for the Orem VA Clinic or the Orem Police, I'll put as much contact info in the description as I can, as usual. And you guys can feel free to hit them up and let them know what you think, constructive criticism, or any other feedback you guys have. So if any of you guys live in the area, or feel like coming down here and checking it out, seeing if you get the same treatment, feel free to come down and be cordial and test out your rights yourself and see if you get the same treatment, better treatment, and see how it goes. And that's about it for this one, guys. So if you appreciate the video, you like what we do, and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications and all that. And check out my other social medias. And that's about it for this one, guys. So, watching Watchmen, out with Amagansett Press, here in Orem, Utah, at the Orem VA Clinic. See you on the next one, guys. Out.